where we met.
Namaste. Let us start our practice by first sitting in Sukhasana, starting with the neck movement. From there. With inhalation, just look up. With exhalation, look down. With inhalation, up. With exhalation, down. You can always go with a normal breath, just making sure if you have any tension to the neck, try not to drop your head completely back, and also while going forward, try not to go too intense. Once you're done with that, you can go with a side movement for the neck. Just turn your neck to the right, center, and then left, center. Look to the sides, and whenever you turn to the side, try to breathe out. Whenever you come to the center, try to breathe in. Just keep moving and do it for about 5 times. After that, you can start with the lateral movement for your neck. Just bring your right ear close to the right shoulder and left ear close to the left shoulder. While doing this, try not to lift your shoulders up and keep moving. Again, breathe out to the sides, breathe in to the center for about 5 to 10 times. Once you're done, raise your arms up to the shoulder level, make a fist, and then start with the wrist rotation, first clockwise and then anti-clockwise. Just do it for about 5 to 10 times again, so you can warm up your wrists a little bit. And once that is done, we can start with the side stretch first for the complete spine as well as for the side of the body. Keeping your right forearm down here, taking your left hand over the head, trying to feel that stretch coming from the left side of your body. Feel that length coming from the spine. And try to look up. If any tension to the neck, you can even look down. Making sure your hip is not coming off the floor. And once you're done with 5 deep breaths, you can slowly come up and then repeat it on the other side. Just keep your left forearm down, taking your right hand over the head. Your elbow needs to be straight. Feel that stretch now coming from the right side, and make sure again your hip is not coming off the floor. Depending upon your neck comfort, you can either look up or down. Once you're done with your 5 breaths, you can slowly once again come up, and we'll go for a twist now. Take your right hand behind your back, keep it on the floor, left palm on the right knee. With inhalation, just stay there, and with exhalation, just completely twist yourself and try to look to the back wall. Inhale, come back to the center, and exhale, repeat it on the other side. Inhale, center, exhale, twist. Inhale, center, exhale, twist. Just keep doing this for about 5 to 10 times once again, and this will allow you to release a lot of tension from your low back as well as your complete spine, getting a good twist from the complete waist and the side of your body. Keep moving. Whenever you breathe out, make sure it's a twist, and whenever you breathe in, you come to the center. Once you're done with that, you can slowly stretch your legs out on your mat, and let's go with the rowing. For that, you have to make 2 fists with your both the hands, and just try to lengthen up your spine and move forward, just like how I am doing right now. Whenever you're going forward, you try to stretch your hands as much as possible, and while coming back, you slide your hands back on the mat. If you have any tension towards your low back, or if you have a low back pain, it's better to bend the knees and do the same movement so you don't get any tension towards your back. Once you're done with 5 times, just repeat it or reverse it, and once you're done with the other 5 also, you can slowly widen your legs on your mat. Just spread the legs nice to a comfortable stretch, and interlock your fingers. After that, flip your palms above your head towards the ceiling. With exhalation, you have to bend to the right side, come up, and then to the left side. Just try to stretch your spine as much as possible, making sure your elbows are straight so you maintain that length from the spine. And keep breathing out when you bend. Breathe in while coming up. Do it equally on both the sides, 5 on the right and 5 on the left. And make sure when you're bending forward, try not to lift your hip off the floor. Just bend very gently. If again you have any back problem, please bend your knees while doing this. Once we are done, let us slowly shift into a tabletop position, and from there we will shift into a downward facing dog by lifting our knees off the floor. Try to settle your heels properly down. Again, if any tension to the back, if you feel that you have a good amount of stiffness to your lower body, means to your hamstrings, then you can bend the knee here and you can just focus on lengthening the spine in the position, making sure your palms are firm on the ground, elbows are straight, and spend 5 deep breaths here in downward facing dog. If you feel that you're not comfortable in this position, you can avoid staying it for a very long time. Just stay for 5 quick counts, and that will be good enough. And once you're done by staying for 5 to 10 breaths here in downward dog, just walk your feet forward and come into a forward bend. Again, in a forward bend, if any tension towards the back, if you have back pain, please avoid keeping the knees straight and bend your knees. Here you can just grab your both the elbows and just try to lengthen your spine. Bend the knees slightly, that will give you a good comfort for your back here. And once we are done with few breaths here, start to sway from side to side, from right to left, and observe how I'm not moving my lower body a lot and only the upper body from right to left. This will also give you a good stretch from the side as well as a good length from the complete spine. Just making sure you don't move too fast and try to move as gentle as possible. Once you're done with few times of swaying from right to left, come back to the center. Keep your palms down and take your legs back once again into your downward facing dog. From a downward facing dog, you keep the knees down, take the toes out, and rest your pelvis on your heels. Try to rest your forehead on the ground. If not possible, not a problem. You can keep a block under your forehead and keep your hands straight. Just feel that nice length from the spine, making sure your hip is still rested on the heels. And from there, very slowly, just come forward and try to lie down flat on the belly. Now from here, let us move towards Bhujanga Asana. Keeping your feet together, palms next to your ribs almost, elbows pointing up. We'll take a deep breath, inhale, and try to lift ourselves up almost till your navel region, almost till your lower belly, looking forward and then coming down. Try not to lift too high when you're doing this, and make sure your lower belly is always down when you're lifting into your low cobra. Try to engage your lower body by keeping your feet together and squeezing in your buttocks. Keep lifting and keep going down. Try to inhale and lift up. Try to exhale and go down. And after that, stay there for about like 5 breaths here. Whenever you're done with your 5 deep breaths, you can slowly rest down. Rest your chin or your head on your palms. Keep your feet apart for once. Just breathe deeply. Relax. Once you're done, very slowly keep your feet together. Once again, interlock your fingers behind your back. And next we are going into Sarpasana. Just interlock your fingers, making sure your elbows are straight. And with inhalation, you will just be lifting your upper body off the floor as high as possible, as I'm doing right now. You can look forward or you can look slightly down depending on your neck comfort. And this will allow you to build a lot of strength towards your lower back, as well as it will help you to stretch your shoulders. Once you're done with 5 breaths, you can slowly calm down and once again relax the same way how we did. No need to stay very intense or very long in the posture. Just stay for 5 to 10 breaths in the initial stages, and then slowly you can increase the intensity of the posture by holding more to it. Once you're done with it, we'll go with Shalabhasana. You can keep your palms under your thighs, taking the toes out, keeping your chin or your forehead down on the mat, whatever is comfortable. First, lift one of the leg up, first right leg, for about 5 times. Just once you're done with your right leg for about 5 times, then you can change the leg and you can start lifting your left leg for about 5 times. This will allow you to build strength towards your lower back as well as towards your glutes. It will allow you to engage your thigh as well. And once you're done with your both the sides one by one, then with inhalation you have to lift your both the legs up into Shalabhasana by keeping your hands still under your thighs, maybe taking a little bit of a support from them, and just try to engage your back, your thighs, your buttocks as much as possible here in the position. After spending 5 breaths, once again come down and relax. And once you're done with your break, you can slowly take a turn and lie down on your back. After lying down on a back, let's do a counter for all these poses. Just bring your both the knees close to the chest, hug your knees tight, and then send your forehead towards your knee. If any tension to the neck, you can avoid sending the forehead up. And if you're comfortable, you can grab your feet with your palms, just trying to send your forehead towards the knees into Pavan Muktasana right now. After spending few breaths, you can very slowly rest your head down and then just stretch your left leg out on the mat. Stretch your right hand to the shoulder level from the right side, left palm on the right knee, and then with exhalation, slowly just press your right knee down on the left side. Look to the right side and make sure while doing this, your right shoulder is not coming off the floor. You will feel a wonderful twist coming from the complete spine with any tension getting released from the back. Then with inhalation, slowly come back to the center. And then stretch your right leg out. Very slowly fold your left leg, right palm on the left knee, left hand to the shoulder level. And once that is done, slowly twist to the other side. Again, staying for 5 to 10 breaths is good enough in these postures. It'll help you to release a lot of tension from the back. And once you're done, again, with the other side, you can slowly come back to the center and stretch your leg out. Relax into Shavasana.